All right, good evening, everybody. I'd like to call to order this public hearing at 6:45 for Monday, February 10th, 2020. Opening statement. This public hearing is convened pursuant to Section 465 of the Local Government Act to allow the public to make representations to council respecting matters containing in the following proposed bylaw. The Dairy and Cheese House Heritage Designation Bylaw number 1791-2019. All persons present who believe their interest is affected by the proposed bylaw shall be given an opportunity to be heard on the matter contained in the proposed bylaw or to present their written submissions before tonight's hearing is adjourned. What a good sounding voice that was. Those who wish to speak concerning the proposed bylaw should proceed to the microphone and begin by clearly stating their name, their address, and views concerning the proposed bylaw. There will be a time limit of 5 minutes for an individual's first presentation and 3-minute time limit for any presentations following that. The function of council is to listen to the views of the public and not to debate the merits of the proposed bylaw. Members of the council may wish to ask questions for clarifications at this hearing. All written submissions, together with the presentations made at this hearing, will be given full consideration and will be retained by staff for review by council. No further submissions or presentations will be received by council in relation to the proposed bylaw after the conclusion of this hearing. And just to be clear, when we do go into our council meeting, there is public participation and you would not be able to comment during that time. So if you do have a comment, please comment now. I would like to have our planner introduce the proposed bylaw.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First, I'll outline some of the procedural notification that took place. So there were 47 letters mailed to adjacent occupants or property owners of lands next to the Colwood Dairy and Cheese House, as well as the owner of the property. Advertisements for this public hearing appeared in the January 31st and February 5th editions of the Goldstream News Gazette, as well as referrals were sent to the Agricultural Land Reserve, City of Langford, and other bodies to be notified, and during the notification period, nothing was received in terms of feedback. Thank you.
Thank you. We will now seek public input. Is there anyone wishing to speak for or against this bylaw?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I am Ken Johnson. I reside at 3049 Brittany Drive here in Colwood. I have to think of what you call it. I've only been there for about a year. I am also the president of the Hallmark Heritage Society, and the members of our society are very pleased that Colwood has decided to take this step in designating this important building. This morning I had the pleasure of adding it to our website so that anyone searching our site for that address can find the details that Council has shared before, but now they're completely public and much easier to find on my website than yours, I assure you. We do have some concerns about moving the building. I've had a career as a heritage consultant here in British Columbia. Moving masonry buildings is very difficult, very touchy, as you can understand, and is something that's only undertaken with great trepidation. So I wish the developers well in doing so and assure them and council that I'll be watching. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone?
John Bergbush, 1230 Old Esquimalt Road, Victoria. I'm really delighted to see that this bylaw is coming forward. We recognized that building many, many years ago when we did our first heritage surveys of the city of Colwood, and received, I would say, as strong resistance as can be imagined to designating it a heritage back in the late 80s. So when you have the opportunity to do it, please spend the money. I know bread and butter is more important. But heritage is critical to a community's well-being. If you don't have a past, you don't have a present, and you certainly don't have a future. So to look after this building and to treasure it, and as just a footnote to that, or an addendum, there are other buildings in the city of Colwood which we considered in the past and didn't designate because we became sensitive about people's willingness to dedicate their properties, because it does carry out with the baggage of being a heritage building. And I say baggage in the sense of the restrictions that then come with the designation. So we didn't do that. I wish we had, or at least had been more courageous in doing it in the past. So please, fill your boots on this one.
Thank you. It's good to see you out.
Hi, my name is Barney Tres. I am the great niece of Art Trelor. I grew up on that property, not like as a kid. My parents would take me there, and I grew up thinking it was heritage. I'm so pleased that, and would really like to see it be official. I'm not keen on the method that's been one way of moving it. In my opinion, if you take it apart rock by rock, it's new mortar that's going to put it all back together. That does not make it heritage. It's got to be moved as a whole unit. And it can be done if done properly. That's it.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. Oh, I have a picture of Art Trelor too.
That's great. Thank you. Is there anyone else? Okay. Yep. Please.
My name's Joy Williamson, and I live on 2697 Whitehead Place. And I'm not used to making speeches like this. So anyways, I'm very excited that it's going to be designated as a heritage building. I have been advised it's one of the oldest buildings here in Victoria, and that makes me very happy. Maybe a separate issue, but my concern is the relocation of the building and the possible proposed size of the development, which would be 8-story condo. I don't know if that's still the proposed plan, but that was what I was told 4 years ago at the last meeting that I attended. And how would that ruin the aesthetic of the heritage site to have 3 8-story buildings in a residential single-family dwelling? And just to think of how that will impact the area, and that this could be a heritage park, or this could be a lower density development that would still protect that aesthetic and still protect that as a park or a place that others could enjoy. I think that would be a very large development, in my opinion. And I have concerns about the road going through Whitehead for if it is going to go through, and how the infrastructure of the roads would support such a development. Thank you for your time.
Great, thank you. Yep.
Hi, Robin Alexander, 2739 Whitehead Place. I'm on the other Whitehead on the Colwood side, and I echo what.
Oh, sorry. For some reason, your mic turned off.
Oh, okay. As well as everyone else, I don't think anyone's going to argue with having this as a heritage building. I think it does lose something of the value if we do move it, especially now that original flooring and drainage system for the dairy has been discovered. I think we would lose an educational opportunity for local school children, etc., to see that type of a drainage system. And given that Colwood has indicated that they want more parks in the area, and we're considered in inner city, that we would lose a big opportunity to have park land there, because at the back of those two properties, with a steep slope down to the creek there, does not a park make, regardless of what the developer or anyone else might want to indicate as having given to the city of Colwood. So I would really like council to really think hard about what we're giving up by moving that building and overdeveloping that site. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, I will, for a second time, is there anyone wishing to speak for or against the bylaw? And then for a third and final time, is there anyone wishing to speak for or against the proposed bylaw? Seeing none, being no further input, I will entertain a motion to adjourn the public hearing. Thank you. I have a mover of Councillor Logan, second by Councillor Kobayashi. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Thank you.